So she got like separate food, and then but from across the room, because you weren't prepared for the cup of meat.
Mm-mm.
But when I was like, "Yo, Pamela, you want a cup of meat?" I remember Pete from St. Louis was across the way, and he was just like, "I don't know what this is all about, but I also want a cup of meat, even though you didn't offer me."
You're listening to Premeditated Opinions because, yes, we thought about it, and then we said it anyway. I'm Pamela.
And I'm Josh, and we are two people who somehow share a brain and decided to weaponize our brains with microphones. Each week, we unpack anything, from politics and religion to carpool dread and everything in between.
You know, it would really help us a lot if you followed us on Instagram and YouTube. Giving us a like and a follow is probably the best thing your thumbs will do today.
We are not experts. We are just way too confident in our own opinions. With all that being said, let's get started. Well, hello! We are back in your ear holes, aren't you lucky? And we are going to introduce you to somebody that is a friend of ours. It's somebody that Pamela has been really excited to have on for a little bit. And so please help us welcome Anne. And we are thrilled that she came all the way here to actually record with us in person, which is cooler than doing it remotely, honestly. And it preserves the quality, and the nerd in me loves that. So, we're thrilled that y'all are with us. We are back from the Snowmageddon chaos.
Ice storm.
It was quite the weather event.
The ice is still out there, though.
It
it's
is
lingering.
Yeah,
in your
immediately outside your door.
yard.
Right. Yeah. It's mostly because I'm trying to prevent anyone from coming to my door. And
Yes.
so-
There is no sign to say keep off the grass because we don't want to be sued. So it's like, no, seriously, stay on the grass.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, why is your house the only house in the neighborhood that still have an icy walkway?
Oh, that's because he waters the
exactly.
Right. I'm out there with a hose in the morning, just being like.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Actually, I do want to I do want to bring up a funny story, actually, because we were traveling during the ice storm, and when we finally got back,
Boo-hoo.
I know it was very sad to be in a tropical paradise while everything up here was covered in ice. But when we finally got back, we actually messaged Pamela and her crew because they live so much closer to DFW Airport than we do. And we got back literally at midnight on that Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
And so we ended up heading to their place for a little bit while the ice thawed because all our kids get along great and all this.
That warming center. It is nice.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It's very well appointed, you know. But
and the kids were off school.
Yeah.
And like there was just no point in you trying you all had friends on this side that were like, the roads are treacherous.
right, yeah, we heard from people over here going, don't drive home if you don't have to.
Yeah.
At one point, I had to venture out to go to the grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
Because y'all showed up and I was like,
We got plenty of toilet paper.
I hope y'all like
Fiber.
Cheez-Its and milk.
and we probably ate most of that. But I ventured out to get groceries and legitimately had to use 4-wheel drive to get in and out of those areas. But thank God.
In the Jeep?
In the Jeep. Yeah.
Mhm.
I was sliding all over the place.
Jeep, by the way.
right.
We're also up for sponsorship.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
So what I want you to tell Ann about was what happened when I got home with the groceries.
Okay. So it's like daytime. It was sunny, which was deceptive because you're like, oh, maybe the ice is melting, whatever. So he pulls up in the driveway in the Jeep, and all the groceries were in the back of the Jeep. So when he gets out, like our whole driveway was just a sheet of ice.
Wait,
Giant
did you
sheet of
go
ice.
front in or back in?
I went front.
He drove in, yeah. So he drove in. He didn't back in. And so he gets out of the car, and you can, he goes to the back, and we pulled this up on our driveway cam. This is how I know. So we have a security camera on our driveway, and I don't know. I can't remember how we found out about it. But all of a sudden, my husband comes out. He's got his shoes on, his coat and everything, and he's like rushing. And I thought he was just going out to help you, like bring groceries in. I was like, okay, he's just got a lot of groceries. Not quite.
No.
So Josh grabs groceries, and then walks like into the yard to come up the yard, like to the front, like
Front door,
patio
yeah.
or whatever. And he cannot get past the like landscaping.
Because I would slide. I'd take like 3 steps and my feet would be planted. But because of the intensity of the ice, I would just slide backwards. I literally could not get to the door.
He couldn't get
with the
traction
groceries in
anywhere.
my hand.
And so my Josh had to go and meet him there. And I'm surprised he didn't get stuck too.
I
It
am
could have
too.
just been like, we could have had to throw rope at some point and been like, okay, let's
Or the
everybody
brooms,
pull.
right
Yeah.
into the
Let's-
Olympics game.
Let's
Just
pull
kinda-
the dads into the house with the groceries. Yeah, so
Was there
this-
any sound effects like whoop 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 whoop?
No, just laughter, which
I
was
was just-
amazing.
I was just laughing. I because it was just so ridiculous to me. I was like, I know how to walk. I can walk these
Not on
groceries
ice.
but the
all
best
way in,
part, the
but
best,
not on ice.
No.
Oh man.
and we probably we're gonna post those videos on Substack.
Yeah, post them on Substack. You go
Oh, because it
Bonus
because,
content. So if you're not on Substack, please subscribe.
become a premium member. The best part though was your commentary, because you're walking up and you're just like, Jesus Christ, and then you try and you're like,
Just a little more.
and then you just start laughing because you're like, this is hilarious and I just don't know what to do. And then like Josh comes out and you're just, it was comedy.
Well, and then he did the smart thing, which he just opened the garage door.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
walked through the dry garage to get in there, but I don't have a garage door opener to their house. And so
Yeah.
I was just going the way that I always go. And so it was truly hilarious. And I felt so silly. And like, also, what do I do? Like, so I'm like trying to hand groceries to Josh without falling. But it was proper comedy. But how did you fare in the ice storm?
So
What
I have
happened?
a north-facing driveway,
Mm.
and the last time we got hit with an ice storm, it took over a week to melt.
Oh.
Because of the north-facing, and ice melt does not work on my ice. Apparently, it just kind of laughs at it. And so we got a high schooler while it was warming up to go and break ice and chuck it into the yard, and hopefully
That's smart.
Yeah, because I was like, I did it by myself last year, and let's just say, no, it's okay. It's worth the $80, and that was with tips. So thank you, TK Mustang Lakes.
So when we moved down here, we were like, it's Texas. We don't need a shovel. We don't need rock salt. We don't need it. So we left it. We left all of it. And we came down here and we were like, wow, all they get is ice. They get nothing or ice. So
Basically, yeah.
yeah.
It's pretty miserable. But thankfully it's thawing, and by the time we went home on Wednesday, the highways were pretty much clear, but the
Mhm.
surface streets were still a disaster.
Yep.
And we have alleyway access behind our house because of the era that our house was built in. That was kind of how it was done. And so coming down the alleyway, like I had to put her Jeep back into 4-wheel drive to get up our driveway.
Yep.
Like I could not get just from the alley into the driveway
Oh,
into
wow.
the garage. Yeah.
And because there's not really much elevation.
No, it's not. It's not a steep thing. but
No.
I could not. It would not.
I mean,
go,
ours is more elevated than that's interesting.
for sure.
So I do have to tell you this story. So when we first moved here, it was in November. We did not anticipate any winter precipitation. We didn't know that was a thing down here. We did not do our research. And so the very first ice like storm, I guess, it was January, February 2023 was the day so we had just bought a Tesla. And it had come in and it was ready to be picked up. I'd never driven a Tesla before. Ever. And if you've ever driven one, like it's not your standard, like there's no push to start. There's no like on.
Do you just say, hey, Elon, turn on?
right?
Can you turn me on?
Right. You have to say it a very specific way, and you have to include Elon.
And Elon, if you happen to want to throw some shillings their way and my way, by the way,
Yeah.
please do.
I
Come
feel
on.
like maybe the Cybertruck, you can do that. But anyway,
I mean, it does have cyber in its name, so.
Right.
Alright.
so I drive down into Fort Worth to pick up the car. And I had a very quick tutorial of basically how to get home. and the ice was coming. Like we knew that there was going to be some precipitation, but again, we had just moved here, so we didn't really know what to expect. And about halfway home, it starts sheeting ice, not sleet, not, snow to sheeting ice. And I'm like, I don't know where I am. I don't know how to drive this car. I'm like in a brand new city, in a brand new car that
What-
isn't typical, like just, well, now it's get in and go.
Wait,
but like,
was Hot Josh with you?
no, like he was going to be a couple hours behind me. And so I was terrified. And then I ended up getting lost. And it was getting to where people were getting stuck on hills.
Oh.
Yeah. And I am freaking out because I'm like, this brand new car and I don't know where I am. And I ended up making it home. And I was parked in the driveway. And then a couple hours later, Josh gets home and he parks right beside me. Now, when I got home, the driveway was still just dry enough that like I had some like kind of dry patches that I parked on. He, however, parked on, I don't know, an inch plus of ice. So the next morning we get up and somebody was like, hey, on Facebook, I get on the Facebook neighborhood page and people are like, hey, check on your cars. And we're like, God, okay. Like I'm thinking like broken windshields. I'm thinking hail. I'm thinking something. No, most of the neighborhood who had come home during the storm, their cars all slid down the driveways into the road.
Ooh.
All by themselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did they touch? Did they make contact
I don't
with each
think
other?
so. Like his had kind of like rolled down. Like there's like a ditch,
Okay.
kind of like a
Little
little
dip.
and I think it kind of got hung
Okay.
up on that. But yeah, that was our first winter here, and I immediately was like, I want a refund. I'm like, this is bullshit.
I have a good fun winter story as well.
Please.
Yeah.
So, as I was saying, born and raised Houstonian,
Mm.
H-Town, yes. But my first big girl job was out at Allstate in Chicagoland.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
I drove up. That's where I met my husband, etc. Drove up to Chicago by myself as a 23-year-old with my MapQuest printout because we didn't have smartphones.
Yeah.
And midway, I stopped at a Hojo to sleep.
Oh, nice.
A what?
A Hojo, a Howard Johnson.
Hotel.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, if
Howard Johnson was a brand of hotels that's now been sold and isn't.
Oh,
around
okay.
anymore, but-
okay, and if you
Hojo's nice.
if you look up what Hojo is, we'll just leave it at that. That's a true crime story. But that's not what this is not the kind of podcast for that one. Anywho,
Not yet.
so
No, there are plenty of true crime podcasts.
Yeah.
we don't need to compete with that, y'all.
No.
I like y'all's comedy stuff. So I go up there not knowing that. Well, the window wiper fluids that's from down south, they done freeze up north.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just because you got ice on your windshield, and then you've also driven around Texas, which you probably have some cracks, you don't put it to full blast when trying to melt. Even if you're trying to haul ass to work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't say that word, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Phew. Well, so first week of being in Chicago by myself, wiper fluids frozen, so I couldn't wash the salt off my windshield.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time it had ice, which was again within the first week, because I moved up there in November,
Mm.
I had to get my windshield replaced because it done cracked like Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Like it full spider glass?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Like I couldn't see.
Yeah.
Mm.
And fortunately, I worked at Allstate and had Allstate insurance because I was in good hands. So the other thing I also learned is if you're stuck in ice and you want friction, kitty litter works real well.
Mm-hmm.
Or your neighbor's garden rocks. Just shove a few rocks underneath the wheels, you'll get some traction.
Yep.
So
Brilliant.
Yeah, so rented a vehicle to get my furniture from IKEA from Schaumburg. IKEA, if you're listening.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we're
and I
familiar with
had my
Schaumburg.
personal vehicle was at IKEA, but I rented one of those
Wait, did
enterprise.
you live in Schaumburg?
No, I didn't live I lived in Glenview, which is close to where the Allstate
Oh,
headquarters
okay, okay.
are. But that's where the IKEA is at.
Yeah.
But I had a deadline, and this was all again within the first week because I'm not going to sleep on the ground. I need a bed. And so I learned a lot as a Southerner living in winter weather, actual proper winter weather. All in my first week.
What kind of car were you driving at the time?
A Honda Accord.
Oh, nice car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so how long were you in Chicago? Like, how long were you working for Allstate and all that stuff?
About 3 years.
Okay.
Oh wow,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. So at what point did you depart Chicago? Like, was that a professional thing?
Yeah. So, my mom, asked me every day when I lived in Chicago because I didn't leave Texas until I moved to Chicago. Every day when I was moving back. So after 3 years, I was like, fine, I'll move back home. I was at Accenture at the time where I started
Mm.
my Salesforce journey.
Mm.
And so as a consultant and traveling and being a road warrior, I was like, fine, I'll move back home, save some money, live with mama. So that's why I moved back down to Texas.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, but you said you met your husband up there.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you moved back home, were
He
you?
stayed. And so I would do like changing every week.
Oh,
Monday to Thursday,
man.
I'd fly to Houston, pack for 2 weeks. The other, I would like rotate weeks, and then I'll spend 4 days out in Chicagoland until
Wow.
I dragged his ass down to Texas.
Were y'all married then, or
No, we
okay.
didn't marry until I lived in Denver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were together for a long, long time until I got him to get under the morning of we got married. I was married on May the 4th.
Oh.
Ah, nice.
So that he could remember when we got married.
Nice.
But he also went through like an emergency surgery. So I don't know if my marriage is actually valid because technically he did sign the marriage license, but he did go under the morning of. So
So was he doing it of his own free will? Is what you're saying? Like,
I
was he-
might have twisted his arm a little bit, but
Honey, it's a hospital form. You have to sign it for the hospital.
I don't think the county judge or clerk saw the twisting of the arm, so I think it's valid.
Yeah, probably.
Because she
Like
did
this
sign
is
off
for
on it.
billing information. Like you're responsible for billing. Just sign here. Like,
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is to keep all your organs, so you're gonna want to sign it. No, that's awesome. So, okay, you got married in Denver.
Yes.
Awesome. That's a great place to
On
get
May
married.
4th.
Oh,
On May 4th.
wait. Sorry. Let's qualify what marriage meant for me.
Sure.
We went and spent $30 whole and got a piece of paper and signed in Arapahoe County. And then we went and celebrated at Noodles and Company. But again,
I miss
if-
those. They don't have those here.
they don't have that here, and they're so good. But they got rid of the good stuff. I like their little yellow curry noodles. They don't have it anymore. So forget you, Noodles and Company.
Right. Not a sponsor.
Don't
Yeah.
sponsor us.
Right.
They'll be the one people that call us.
But no, so yeah, we got married in Denver at just getting the marriage license, and that was it. I didn't do anything, didn't wear a white dress. I don't even remember what I wore. And yeah, and he was too jacked up from the surgery because it was oral surgery that he didn't even eat at Noodles Company. We just packed it to go.
His wedding day was quite the adventure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Josh thought I left on our wedding day. He thought I hightailed it.
Runaway bride.
Uh-huh. He forgot what car I drove at the time. And because okay. So,
So what had happened
we're
was-
we're from Louisville, but early in dating life, we went down to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and rented a cabin. It's a common thing, people do in Louisville, is go down to Gatlinburg. And so we decided, like, I was like, I can't do the whole big wedding thing. Like, it's too stressful. I
I'm
don't want
sweating
all
just
that.
thinking about
like,
that.
yeah. And so I was like, no. So we rented a chalet down in Gatlinburg. I found a little place that where we got married on the side of a mountain. It was my best friend and her husband, his best friend, my parents, his mom and grandma, and that was it. We got married August 20th, which was the same day Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries got married. And I was kind of pissed about that. But I
How
was like,
dare she?
but
Also, if Kim Kardashian is listening,
we'll be sponsored by Skims.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I remember making the remark. I'm like, we'll see whose marriage lasts longer.
I love that you were already in that mentality on the day of the wedding.
Oh, I was mad. So, but there were this chalet was like 3 stories, and he was in like the first floor, and then me and my maid of honor were on the top floor, so that way we could get ready in the morning because we had to be there. The ceremony started at 9 a.m. because they're like, if we go too late into the afternoon, you're going to burn alive. Like, it is hot in August in Tennessee. So it was at 9 o'clock. Me and the maid of honor take her car over to the venue. And I'm literally like still putting makeup on seconds before I have to walk down the aisle. And for some reason later on, he tells me, he's like, I thought you left. Like, I'm like, you drove my car to the ceremony. But because we left before, I'm like, we left before you because we didn't want you to see me. But he thought that I had like just gone back home and was just like, I'm not
so the
doing this.
tears as you were walking down meant something totally different for him than it was for you.
Most likely, yes. He was so nervous. It was so cute.
Aw.
So again, it's August in Tennessee, and I wanted the ceremony to be like video recorded. So that way, because I'm like, it's going to go by so fast. I'm not going to remember anything that we said. Like, I want to have that memory. That was the summer of like some rare cicada had come back to life. And you can't hear anything on the entire video.
Was it
over
like the 30-year
cicadas?
cicadas?
Yeah, something like
Screaming.
that. Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
so we can't hear anything on the video because of this. You just hear waves of cicadas.
Do you still have the video?
I think so, yeah.
He maybe be able to isolate them and take them out.
Let me take a crack at it.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, let me take a crack at it.
Yeah,
I'll do
it's
that.
just like a DVD.
Yeah. Yeah, physical media, man. I remember that phase.
Yeah.
Hey, it's coming back.
It really is, actually. It's interesting. But it started with vinyls, and now it's starting to get even into DVDs and Blu-rays.
Oh, I'm starting to see cassettes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like we
Wait,
were
cassettes?
Cassettes.
Cassettes.
Yeah.
What did I say that weird?
No, it's just.
Oh.
No, she's just.
I'm being
making it weird.
Well, we were in where did we go? Where did there was a place in Dallas that we went to. You guys went to
Oh, over in Bishop Arts?
Bishop Arts.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, like when we went over there and had lunch, and then I was walking around, and there was a record store that had vinyls, and it had cassettes on the wall, and I was like, oh wow, okay, like we're doing this again.
Yeah, yeah.
So I hope everybody has those really amazing pencils because you will need it to rewind.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you're doing cassettes, you got to know the little pencil trick.
Oh,
to
I
actually
can't wait to
rewind the
hear
tape
all
in
my
there.
old mixtapes recorded off the
Oh,
radio.
mixtapes.
Yes.
Can I also say something that I learned from both you guys?
Oh,
Oh, no.
okay.
I was offended, and then I finally gave in. Yes, I am an elder millennial. I learned that from you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
proud
a
of it.
thing. Yeah, because I was born in '85.
Baby,
I'm 84.
84.
Yeah, I missed it by 1 year with y'all. But no, millennial. The technical millennial definition actually goes all the way to 81, which I thought was interesting. That's the first technical year of millennials, and I think we're better than everybody, so it's fine.
So we can
Like,
also be called zennials.
Yeah,
It's where you're kind of that mix of the X and Y.
The transition from analog to digital.
Yeah.
yeah. But
I
kinda
blew into
seriously, though.
cartridges. Did you?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I remember having to like really strategically place the game cartridge inside my Nintendo console and press it down just right for Zelda to
and-
finally work.
You had to, and it was like aggressive, just kind of like those, like when the cards were flipping over, you had to like to get the chip to read just right, because otherwise it's like try again.
Mhm.
So it's the same thing with the cartridges. You're like, you got to be initially gentle and then forceful.
Yeah.
So what was your first video game console?
So I will say that what the first one I was exposed to was Nintendo.
Okay.
But we had 3 games. We had the Super Mario Brothers.
Yep.
No, there was more. There was Super Mario Brothers,
Mm-hmm.
Duck Hunt,
Mm-hmm.
the gold cartridge Zelda game,
Mm-hmm.
and Finding Nemo. Not Finding Nemo.
No.
Nemo's Nightmare. Nemo something.
Yeah.
He was like a little dreaming kid and I forget what it's called, but his name is Nemo.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
Yeah,
But I was a
remember that
Super
one.
Nintendo chick.
Okay. Yeah.
So my uncle had a Nintendo. We had an SNES. And then the N64 quickly became mine.
See,
A lot of my memories are from N64. Zelda, Ocarina of Time,
Yeah.
Oh, classic.
Super Mario.
when there was a Z
64.
trigger, I was like, no, I can't. Sorry, I'm not. This is not me. This is me.
Now, I for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. I cannot use a PlayStation controller to save my life. Like my son always wants me to like play games and stuff with him, and even Josh has asked me. I don't know what it is. I cannot use one of those things, but I will.
Is it too many buttons?
I don't know. I don't know, but I'll beat your ass in Mario Kart, and I have no shame.
Yeah, on the Switch.
On the Switch or Wii? What?
All the above.
Okay,
All the above. And I give my kids no mercy.
that's how they learn.
Right.
So either they don't play with me anymore or
Are you an ugly winner?
but I'm
You
like,
like-
I am the best. And
You're like Rainbow Road, yeah.
yeah, actually. My daughter has accepted the challenge. So she has accepted the challenge to try to be better than me, but she ain't there yet.
Y'all talk smack while y'all driving.
Have you met Pamela? like
Okay, all right. So I think let's ask your question. Go ask the question that Pam was like, wait a minute, I got still.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh no, I mean, I have witnessed a very abbreviated amount of smack talk around.
I
Mario
don't think
Kart.
I'm a big smack talker, but like I know my place.
Right.
And it's
at the
first.
podium.
you're like, and it's on top.
That is the one thing like I will not humble brag about. I straight up am like, try me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she'll dominate. But
Mhm.
okay, so how did you two actually meet each other? So I don't want to get too far into this before we kind of help people draw a through line between.
That's why I like you in the middle.
Yeah, because you had your Chicago days, you had Houston days, you had Denver days. I'm sure you had others. Sounds like you're on the road a bunch. And I know you were working for somewhere, and y'all got involved in something Salesforce. And I'm not even going to pretend to know how to tee this up. I'm going to rely on YouTube. But
Yeah.
how did you guys initially connect, and how'd that all go?
I will give the precursor to my bit, and then you can do your precursor, and then we can talk about the momentous time where we had our meet cute. So I
like
have been
that.
doing Salesforce something or another for almost 15 years. So it's 14 years solid at this point in time. And I did consulting, as I mentioned, Monday to Thursday, traveling for most of it. And no, I didn't want to do any more Salesforce after that. But in February 2024, I got laid off from Cisco, which we are in that area where Cisco's at, Richardson. And so I was like, you know what? Let's see what all this Ohana talk is all about. And everybody's always like Ohana, and I was like, man, I mean, like I drink the Kool-Aid, but like I haven't drank that part of the Kool-Aid yet. You know, with all the sugars at the bottom, I haven't hit that part yet. Just the diluted top part. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to invest my time and check out what all this is about while I'm not working. I have time on my hands. And one of the first events that I saw come up through a recruiter that has actually connected with me before I was laid off, because he had an event, and I was like, sure, I'll do it. And plus, it's at the Salesforce Tower, and Salesforce Tower means swag, stickers at minimum. So I was like, cool, I will do stupid things for swag, t-shirts, as one does. So I came to this the North Dallas Salesforce event, which ironically was in Dallas at the Salesforce Tower.
Mhm.
And that's where I started, and that's where I met Pamela, not Pammy, not Pam, although she allows me to occasionally let it leak. But I will let you explain.
My side?
How you
Okay.
got to the Salesforce
Yeah.
Tower.
So, okay, I don't want to go too far back, but I didn't know much about Salesforce until we found out we were leaving Kentucky to come move down here. And I had to make a job change due to that move. And the company that I worked with was a Salesforce partner consulting firm. And they were strictly Salesforce. So that was kind of my initial introduction to Salesforce. Well, there was a little bit before that, but this is when I really was like getting into the ecosystem. I didn't really know much about the community. I mean, I had heard people talk about community events, but it wasn't until, around the beginning of 2024 that someone sent me a meetup like link to the Salesforce North Dallas event at the tower. Now, so we moved down here in November of 2022. This is 2024. And I realized like I never left the house. I worked remote. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know how to meet people. I wasn't involved with anything. And so I kind of went back and forth on if I was going to go because I was just like, and like networking events and things at the time, mortifying, like terrifying for me. Like I don't know how to meet people. I don't know how to talk to people like in those settings. I just,
Which is so weird because like you were great.
so I went back and forth, and then I finally was just like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna go to the city. Like, and I ended up asking like my boss's boss at the time. I'm like, I don't know what to say. Like, what do I say to these people? Like, I don't know what to ask. I don't know how to start a conversation. Like, I'm awkward AF. Like, I don't know what to do. And she was basically like, just ask them about themselves. Like, ask them how they're connected to the ecosystem. Ask them how they found out about the event. Like, just ask them, like, get them talking. And I was like, okay. So I had a couple of questions, like, in my back pocket, metaphorically. But I got there. I was like one of the first people there. And
Because you don't know about traffic, so let's be honest.
That's real.
yeah, I didn't know where I was going. And then they were like pretty adamant about being on time since it was in the tower, and like I didn't know what parking was going to be like. Luckily, I found parking pretty quick.
Well, and that part of Dallas is a pain in the ass too. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know what to wear, so I wore my cowgirl boots and a dress. And I was like, okay, like I don't know what to expect. And so I got in there. I was one of the first people there. I'm like, well, this is great. And I sat down. I started a wallflower because I was just like, if some people seem to know each other, and I'm like, how many of these people already know each other? Like, how many of these people? And then I finally realized, I'm like, after a couple of more people came in and I started kind of using my back pocket questions, I realized more people were in my same position there than I realized. And that's when I was like, okay, we're kind of all in the same position. So like these are kind of your people a little bit. And my boots what were a conversation starter. People would come up and say, "Oh my God, I love your boots!" Like,
Were they
where
the
did you
ones
get
with
them?
the strappies on the top?
They're the white ones with the straps up the back.
Yeah.
Yep. And that started conversations, and I ended up like kind of hanging out with these two girls in particular, and it started to get really crowded. Like a lot of people started to show up, and you were sitting, I think, at the table in the middle. You were just sitting there, and I don't know, there was something about your personality. You were talking to somebody, and we walked up to you, and I just immediately, I was like, okay, like attach yourself to this person. Like she's funny. She's like, I'm like, I think this group of people are your people. And so, yeah.
I think one of the first things you probably heard, because I made it loud and clear, I've been laid off, y'all.
I'm here looking for opportunities.
I am looking for opportunities. I'm loud. I can make jokes from time it lands. Um,
I remember that because you,
and I was interviewing across multiple different things.
yeah,
Peloton might have been one of the things I
yeah,
mentioned.
yeah.
And so I think that was kind of the thing. It was like, oh, she's loud. Maybe I can hide behind her voice. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, but also confidence is a very magnetic thing, right? So like you were sitting there, you
Oh,
were
also
having
that's all
conversations.
fake, by the way.
Well,
I'm an
hey, look,
introvert.
yeah, that's most confidence is fake. Very few people actually operate with confidence because they feel no sense of fear about what they're doing. It's just sort of this projection that we love to do. So like it makes sense to me that people were like, "Oh, she's confident and funny and kind of sure of herself," whether or not you feel that way yourself. But it does sort of create a magnetism around it. And I remember, I mean, like,
I offered you a cup of meat.
you
That's
did.
how we.
You
That's how.
offered
That's
me a
how
cup of meat.
Josh and I first
Yes,
met.
yes. Yeah, there was just abundant meat. It was really amazing. But no,
We might want to qualify that story a little bit further because people are like,
I'm gonna.
We'll get there.
Oh, I'm gonna. So basically, like, my origin story is more tied to a presentation that Pamela was doing, and I had come out to record something that you were presenting on that you wanted to be able to stick on YouTube or maybe use just for whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it's a great presentation.
it is a great presentation, and so I snagged a couple of cameras and went out there because, I mean, I don't even think the venue was all that far from here, was it? I don't remember now, but it was close by, close enough. And so yeah, I was out there hanging out, and I'm in this room with all of these people who
The speaker room.
yeah, I was in the speaker room, and I don't really have any idea what anyone there is speaking on. But I've been in enough of these environments where I was just kind of, to use your term, I was kind of wallflowering a little bit, which is not my usual state. But I was also just like, I'm a guest here. I was brought in to do a job. I'm just gonna lay low, do that job, crack a joke here and there, go home. Well, then you walked in with this like aluminum pan. I'm not even going to try and describe it. I want you to describe it. So it was an aluminum pan of one of the best smelling things I've ever been around in my life. What was that?
So it is. So if you're in the Dallas area, there's this gentleman. I do believe it's called I Grill Lechon or Lechon.
Lechon. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not Filipino, and don't even. Okay, so here I'll make fun of myself. So the Filipino language is
Tagalog.
yes, but what do I call it? Tagalongs.
They're gonna love that.
Just like the Girl Scout cookies, y'all.
Yeah.
So
Love
that's
it.
yeah. Sorry, my Filipino friends. But
Well,
no,
I didn't even know any of this, so
so
tag along it is.
so I tried it, and so there's this. So during the pandemic, there was a lot of Asian businesses getting not a lot of business because of COVID, and so I had joined a Facebook group called the Asian DFW Asian Grub, and it focused.
Oh, I'm in that group.
Hey!
Yeah, I am for real. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
Okay, and so but there's this gentleman.
Now I have FOMO.
I'll invite you.
You can come join. But there was people that would be making food like at home, and there was a gentleman that does smoking. He's actually a project manager as his day job, but then overnight he just smokes briskets, and he would give it away for first responders. Well, he's Filipino, and then he would do these pop-ups for openings and stuff like that as giveaways, or they sell their meats. Arby's, we have the meats.
Another
And so
sponsor.
he will do barbecue or smoked brisket, which I need to try your brisket anyway.
Absolutely.
And then his other Filipino friend would do the roasted pork. So you can get them as the full suckling pig, or you would get the full belly slab, which is what I ordered because we had somebody from Miami, Julian from Heroku, who we were on some random, another Salesforce meeting. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
And he was saying something, blah, 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 pork. And I was like, oh, man, do I have some good pork for you. Yes, I do use those.
The amount of times someone has said that to me is
Wow.
really alarming. Do I have some good pork for you? Like, anyway, keep going.
And I think he has testified, he can confirm it was some pretty good pork.
Oh my God.
So when Julian was coming into town for the same convention that you were speaking at, I wanted to not, it's like, here's a little piece. No, I was like, no, I want to get a full belly slab. So that's what I brought in, was a full, warm, big old belly slab, but I couldn't get the proper coconut rice. Plus, I didn't want people to get sick. So I brought bread. So the stack of 20 loaves in the corner, that was me, that no one ate.
I remember that.
Yeah, I do believe somebody who's like, normally they offer the speaker room like water bottles, but there's 20 loaves of French bread in the corner. Why? But thanks.
Awesome.
And so, but it wasn't cut. And so I also came prepared with a kitchen knife, gloves, and paper towels, because we know that if it's a pork belly, she get a little sloppy. So, and then I was like, okay, now that I cut the slab down, but it's not something you can do pretty quick. I didn't have a cutting board. It's literally like cutting into this like half sheet. I needed a means to distribute it. So that's where the cup of meat came about.
Yeah, we found some disposable cups.
Yes.
And you were just piling like pork belly into that and just handing them out.
Yes.
And y'all.
No, and then I walked around. Who wants a cup? Do you want some cup of meat? Some people.
So great.
I think across the room, Pamela was like, sure. Because you were trying to eat that, like, did you go to the cafeteria and got their like taco or nachos or something?
Yeah,
You didn't
something.
eat the food that was provided at the thing because they were running low. Or
They asked us to go last. And so there was a little like
controversy that y'all may not get food. So she got like separate food. And then, but from across the room, because you weren't prepared for the cup of meat. But when I was like, yo, Pamela, you want a cup of meat? I remember Pete from St. Louis was across the way, and he was just like, I don't know what this is all about, but I also want a cup of meat, even though you didn't offer me. So, I mean, because I had this whole belly slab. So, but yes, it was because Julian from Miami was talking about this really great dish that he made on the barbecue, a roasted pork. And I was like, hey, I got something that may contend with it.
Man, it was y'all don't understand. You're listening to us talk about it, and you don't understand how good it was. It was
Garlic,
fabulous,
lemongrass.
Yeah, it was amazing.
The
And
best part is the green onions that are inside that just soaked up all the goodness. So if y'all are vegans, I'm sorry.
This is not a very vegan episode.
Sorry.
And I mean,
or
I'm not
vegetarian.
Yeah, right. But it was fabulous, and I remember you telling me that we had been asked to sort of make sure that there was enough food for the attendees and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's fine. And so I hadn't planned on eating anything, which was not a big deal. I wasn't there that
Honestly,
long.
it kind of worked out. Like
It really did, because then she showed up with a slab of pork belly, and I was like, sign me all the way up. Like, this is fabulous. So that's my first like strong memory of
That
you.
was our meet cute.
Yeah, it was our meet cute, because I talked about that for a ridiculous amount of time.
So funny story to continue on about the Pete story from St. Louis. I went to Chicago in December, and he goes, "Hey, meat girl," and I was like. And remember, this is me. I live in Dallas. I was traveling to Chicago for a Salesforce Chicago event. So the people that are in Chicago are likely in the close area, not the Southerners from Texas. And so when somebody shouts, "Yo, meat girl," I had to turn to see who this meat girl was. And then lo and behold, it was me.
you really like the
Right, exactly. You're checking behind you.
Yes.
Like,
And so we our running joke was convenient meat. And So there were some references to really readily available jerky, pocket jerky, backpack jerky, and then it makes me think of The League.
Oh yeah,
I love that
Pocket
show.
hot dogs.
Yeah.
And not the pocket hot dogs that y'all normally think about. It's actual pocket hot dogs.
Right. Yeah, totally normal.
Yes.
That is amazing. Convenient meat. I'm gonna randomly think about that and laugh at it for the foreseeable future. Okay, so you have this, you bring this like incredible dish to everybody. Like, I'm curious, what were sort of general responses to it? Because I'm a barbecue guy, like, and I'm fortunate enough to have been to the Philippines. I've had Filipino food there, and they're really, really, really good at pork products.
Yeah.
Like, really good. And so I'm just wondering, like, did you run into anybody who didn't enjoy it? Like,
All I have to say is, I don't think he's Orthodox, but I got a Jew to eat the pork, so.
oh,
And he was very happy with having the pork. So I won't name names, but yeah, so that's a testament to how good that dish was. Now, vegans, if you would like to be converted, let me know and we'll do a tasting.
yeah, you bring some of that pork belly, I'll bring a brisket, and
Yeah, we can throw it down.
We'll make quick work of it.
Ooh.
But yeah, that's actually not a half bad idea.
Nope.
Ooh, and on a Tequila Tuesday, we'll just get real. Then it'll be a full slumber party because we're gonna have to sleep over afterwards. And
we'll figure it out.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
there you go. It's a date.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So when we were talking about getting this episode going with you, one of the things that Pamela sent me that I really need to know the origin story of is she sent me a photo with you and your now husband and Stan Lee.
Okay.
And I would love to know how on earth you got to take a photo with the great Stan
Hold
Lee.
on. So I didn't originally preface it that way. I was like,
Oh, right. She said, it's like, here's Ann and her husband, and it was Stan Lee with her husband actually standing behind him. It was great.
I was like, Ann's married to Stan Lee.
Well, okay. First, hang on. So
And they got a picture with some random dude.
So there's so I'm gonna do some precursor and then we're gonna talk about the Stanley event.
Okay.
So Pam says, hey, are you able to record this weekend?
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, well, where do you want to meet? When do we want to meet?
Mhm.
And she's like, I don't know. Have you heard of this place called Richardson? And I was like, hello, I'm Asian.
okay, so that's actually true. The Asian community here is massive, and the Asian food scene here is incredible.
Yes, which by the way, I had a pho
What?
buck
yeah.
before coming here because
Like I'm supposed to
she
know
didn't
that.
want me to get food for y'all. So I was like, fine, I'm gonna eat by myself.
We did eat a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
So.
okay. Next time.
Mhm.
And I'll make sure I order some iGrill. pork for
Because
ya.
so we were at his daughter's birthday party
Yes.
at the Galleria. They were ice skating, and conveniently, how do you pronounce it?
Mikasina.
Mikasina is right there with a bar,
Mhm.
and you can
Ooh.
watch the ice skating. And I was like, "How do we get to that bar?"
Wait. Were you the only escort? Were they here?
No.
Okay.
So it was Pamela, me, and my spouse, Krista.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was about to
And-
say, I was like,
yeah.
you were drinking solo? Watching
No.
kids?
I'm not above it.
Right. me either.
But we got a table right like on the
On the ice.
Basically.
so we could watch the kiddos and drink our margaritas.
Yeah.
So
And we downed an awful lot of chips, salsa, and queso while we were doing it. And that's
Well, you gotta have something to absorb the alcohol, so.
Yeah. It was a wise choice ultimately, but yeah. So we did eat a somewhat hilarious amount of chips and queso, but so there was a precursor to your stance.
Oh yeah,
Stanley story.
so I said, oh yes, because I'm Asian. Of course, I know where Richardson's at. That's where I get my food on. I mean, now I finally got some stuff where it's not just. It's like I didn't even have McDonald's where I live, all the way out in Boonesville, far north, practically at Oklahoma. I was lucky that I got a Kroger.
Mm.
So I came down to Richardson a lot of times when I first moved to the DFW area because there was nothing else. And I, as the Hostonian, I'm sorry, I need food that's not boiled meat.
Right. Yeah.
So anywho, but Pamela's never met my husband, and I was like, oh, he's white. And so I sent the picture, but it just happened to be the 2016 kind of trend that was going on, and that was the picture I selected that was on my LinkedIn profile. It's a picture, it looks like an awkward family picture of me, Stanley, and my husband. Unfortunately, this was not too far from when he was going to pass away, and so we were warned, like, hey, he didn't sit. So this was at Denver's Comic-Con,
Oh, okay.
and we paid for the photo because like it's Stan Lee, number one, and two. how long would we be able to still have Stan Lee amongst us?
Mm-hmm.
So, and they warned us, all his handlers was like, do not touch him. If you talk, do not talk in his direction. He's a very delicate man. And I was deathly sick with the cold.
Oh boy.
Not only was I hacking away throughout the whole day up to that on that event and stuff like that, I shook his hands like an idiot. And then so they kind of,
And then a few days later, he died.
no,
It's
it
like
was
JD Vance and the
Oh
Pope.
my
no,
gosh.
it was a couple more
And
years.
killed Stanley.
No, it's not true. He died a couple years later.
Of that cold. He never.
perhaps
Never
it
recovered.
it was a persistent cold, by the way. But anywho, so I guess because I was the girl, they shoved me in the front, and they were like, because a lot of people want to see Stan Lee, so they wanted. And my husband, who love him, socially awkward, he was like, so where do I go? And they're like, just get in the damn frame, and we'll take the picture. And Stanley goes, you nailed it. Just get in the picture, son.
Yeah.
And so we're all like. And so that's the story of meeting Stan Lee. So, but no, I fortunately did not kill Stan Lee. I did physically make contact, even though I was warned to not speak in his direction. I didn't cough at him, but I did shake his hand. It wasn't fist bump. It was full, palm to palm.
So what was it? So obviously meeting Stan Lee at a Comic-Con is fantastic.
Yes.
What else was drawing you to that Comic-Con? I'm willing to bet that wasn't the only thing there that you guys were interested in seeing.
So we are nerds. My husband.
Oh, you're in good company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my husband is a G1 Transformer big fan. We used to do the BotCons, but they don't do BotCons anymore. It's if you aren't aware of, we were like, what the heck is a BotCon? It's the Transformer conventions. The group that actually facilitated them were based out of Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Until Hasbro was like, no, we're taking it over, and now Hasbro Con is now BotCon. But they also include the other stuff like My Little Pony and G.I. Joe and all that stuff. But but we did BotCons because he's a G1 Transformer fan, and so I would go and we've met Jed Nelson,
Okay.
Hot Rod, and a few people. We've not met Peter Cullen, who does the voice of Optimus Prime.
Oh, that's
But
right.
I just like seeing people cosplay and stuff like that. I met R2D2 and stuff like that. So it was really cool. And at that same Comic-Con, because there's not a lot of those anymore at that, in my opinion, post-COVID. I feel like they've just drastically cut down the people that would show up to sign up and do photo ops and stuff like that. So I was very fortunate to that. And that Cersei was there.
Oh.
So, oh my God, she is okay. I'm sorry. It's Krista and then Cersei, because his wife. If y'all haven't caught the video version of that podcast, you should.
I am
You
punching
are
above my weight
lucky.
class.
Can
Yeah.
I marry her?
Sure, that's fine.
Krista?
No, so you're absolutely right. And so Lena Headey is the
Yes.
actress who plays Cersei, and she is
Gorgeous.
she's gorgeous and she's really funny. I
Yes.
don't know if you heard her speak at all, but she's super sarcastic and witty and
I
it's
can
very
only
dry.
see her
Yeah.
as Cersei, and I
Yeah.
just want to hate her.
Yeah, because her character sucks.
Her character is evil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it's so hard.
But in person, she's so charming and just more gorgeous than her character, because Cersei's gorgeous, but
yeah.
she had her natural brunette hair, and so I was like,
Oh.
okay, I'm gonna do all of this. And so at these conventions, which I haven't done a lot of, that was more general nerd stuff. We did a lot of the Transformer stuff because they're expensive, I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
And putting forth the money to take a picture with the Stan Lee, all of that was collectively very expensive. So it was just it happened to be in Denver, which is where we were living at the time. It was an opportunity to meet Stan Lee, and I was like, what the heck, let's add in meeting Cersei, and then
Yeah.
and get
My
that knocked
family and I are a part of the Marvel universe. I like Marvel over DC.
DC, agreed.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because I do like a lot of DC. I love Batman.
Of Catwoman.
Batman
I
and
do
Wonder
not-
Woman.
Wait, who's your Batman though?
Ooh, this is a good question.
Who's your Batman?
Christian Bale.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Michael Keaton.
Okay. he is the OG film
He
Batman.
is.
And
I
If
do
you-
love. Okay, I love.
If
all
you
of them.
said Ben Hoofleck, I'm sorry. No.
I never actually watched the Ben Affleck Batman.
Oh,
movies.
you're
I
good.
will
Don't.
I will own that.
no,
never did.
I haven't seen it.
But so for me, the Christian Bale. Okay, I'm gonna get so nerdy with this. The Christian Bale, the Dark Knight trilogy movies are great for a lot of reasons. I think Christian
Cinematography.
Bale is one of them. The cinematography is excellent, but for me, it's Christopher Nolan. It's the director who
Yes.
did those
Well,
three movies.
it's him. It's
I didn't like
What
the
is-
Catwoman there, though. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I love you, Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway
Did not like
was-
your Catwoman. Sorry.
Oh, I very much liked her Catwoman.
that was good. That was also Cillian Murphy.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
loved
as
him
Scarecrow,
as
yeah.
Scarecrow, and
Heath Ledger.
no,
Tom Hardy?
yes, yeah,
Okay.
the butler.
Oh, Michael Caine.
Ah,
Michael
Caine.
Caine. There
Yes,
we go.
Alfie.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I did not like well-spoken Bane. Sorry, Bane is dopey. Burn. And this guy was like, he spoke English with coherent sentences. I did not like.
He was super intimidating.
Sorry, you have to be dope. I mean, you're boozed up with all those chemicals. You can't be coherent mentally and lucid.
I think, I think what you're drawing from is like
The animated series.
well, the animated series and the comic books.
Is that my tell?
and that's like excellent. I love that you're drawing from that. I think Christopher Nolan had to sort of recreate that character because he had created such a serious environment around Batman that he couldn't have dopey like squirrel Bane. Like he needed somebody that was going to be really calculated. And like what made the Joker dangerous is you never knew what the Joker was going to do because he was so random, he was so off the cuff, he was so
Psycho.
unpredictable and psycho. And then he needed something that was going to be slightly the polar opposite of that in Bane, where he's very calculated, he's very he's in control of everything that he's doing and has a plan always. And so I like how they recreated his character. I do agree with you in that it's shift from the animated series for sure. But I liked what they did with his character. But I'm also the kind of guy.
He could have also done all that stuff and not said a damn thing.
That's
Because I think Marion's character could have done all the talking on his behalf with this, the strategic
that's fair.
delivery of all the things that they were doing because it wasn't him solo.
That's true. But
But
we
just
don't
when
find
he's-
that out until the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, spoiler alert.
Oh, well, if you haven't watched it by now, that's on you,
Yeah.
everybody. But yeah, I agree. Like Marion was the brains of the operation, and they kind of split that apart a little bit. And I think they needed to save that reveal for the end to give the end sort of a twist, because you don't really know that that's what's going on until the very end of that film. But I loved Tom Hardy as Bane, and I loved seeing Batman as a character have to sort of be broken and then recover. Like that's one of the only films I can remember where he is like physically destroyed and has to bounce back from nothing to something. Like that's a really fun thing. It's a fun character arc to watch, and I thought Christian Bale did a brilliant job with that.
And that was
And-
right after Machinist. So he lost all that weight and then he
loved
had
The
to
Machinist.
then he had to like put on all that weight. And like in my opinion, his recovery from all that weight loss was actually good, whereas I think Matthew McConaughey has never recovered from losing all that weight. But that's the kind of scary thing about Christian Bale and his method acting is like he puts his body through some severe stuff. So the fact that he was able to deliver Batman after losing all that weight for Machinist,
Yeah.
where he ate like, I don't know, a cube of chicken, boiled chicken every day or something. That was like
Mm.
the extent of his thing.
It was less than 500 calories a day. I remember reading.
But
Mm.
yeah, but like you are correct. But like but what took me away from it was Catwoman. Sorry, Eartha Kitt, Michelle Pfeiffer.
I mean, I'll give you
Sorry, Halle Berry.
Oh
No.
okay.
I love you, girl. Not at that. No, real.
It's fine.
No.
It's fine. No, this has been fun, but now
Am I
I'm
leaving? Are you kicking me off?
No, I'll just leave. Anne Hathaway, I think I just have a really huge crush on her anyway. And so her as Catwoman was just sort of a very
Around.
easy bridge for me to cross. It's like, oh, you're awesome, and now you're Catwoman, so cool. But she's a lot of what she touches, I think, gets better because she's in it. She improves other people's projects, and I have a lot of respect for her. I appreciate the Michael Keaton love too. Like I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have respect for Mike. That's what we grew up with. But there was just something about the Christian Bale series that, but it wasn't just him. It was the other people, the story, the way it was
ensemble.
told, the whole thing. Like, we can go back and forth on who's the better Batman, but I think I really like the Christian Bale series. Like,
Well, and I'm not sure anyone will ever really be able to play the Joker again in the way that Heath Ledger
yeah.
did. Like I was such a huge fan of.
Wasn't it Jared Leto after that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like Jared Leto.
Which is interesting. Like, why are they reusing? Because he's in Suicide Squad.
He is, yeah.
I don't like they're reusing characters.
I mean, then the Joker movie came out, so it is a multiverse world now.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
and then you got Joaquin Phoenix. But
Yep.
I liked him telling the origin story in the first movie.
Can we also say that number 2 for me is not Christian Bale,
Okay.
Adam West.
Okay, so that's kicking it old school, and I respect.
Before my time, but not before my time because we had reruns back in my day.
Sure, yeah, and Adam West, what little of him that I've watched, it's. I think what I struggle with is I like a grittier experience with Batman, like the Christian Bale films with Christopher Nolan at the helm, or even to some degree the Robert Pattinson film. I didn't think it was great, but I watched it on a plane once, and I was like, I get it. Like I see what you guys are trying to do.
I haven't seen that version.
It's honestly, and I'm interested in your thoughts if you've seen it. But I thought they just took the Dark Knight trilogy and they were basically like, what if we made it darker? Like,
And what if we made it younger and more emo?
it was younger and
Oh.
more emo, but it was. I didn't think the movie was terrible. I didn't think it was
I
great.
think Colin Farrell's Penguin
Yeah.
outshined his Batman.
Oh, I completely agree
That
with
is
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's a reason why he has his own HBO show,
Mhm.
right? And so that's where like it's a different flavor, and I can appreciate a different flavor. But when your side character
Mhm.
takes more of the energy and engagement of the film, I'm kind of like, I can do without.
So, unpopular opinion: there is not a single Superman I have ever liked. I don't like. I don't like Superman. I don't know what it is. I never have. I don't think I ever will. Like, and I think that's part of why I prefer Marvel over DC, because there's very rarely a Marvel movie I don't like.
But so like for me, for a good time, it's
Even a
Marvel.
Tobey Maguire
Oh,
Spider-Man is not my favorite, but I didn't dislike it.
what about Andrew Garfield?
Yes, I liked him.
Okay. See, I like Emma Stone,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I love the Tom Holland's.
Oh yeah. Well, he's so boyish with it, but he's boyish
But
in a
that's
way
Peter
that you enjoy.
Parker.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's proper.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire, I was like, I'm sorry, they need to de-age you a little bit more.
I love all the Miles Morales.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I love those. I watch those with my son all the time. I
Uh-huh.
love
Those
them.
are so-
Well,
okay.
and it's the soundtrack.
Yes.
Well, it's
I
a
will-
soundtrack, but also I kind of feel like I don't do drugs, but if I did, I think it feels like this.
Give me top 3-ish Marvel movies. So
Mm.
like within the Avengers series. So that's all the way from Iron Man, the first one, all
Okay,
the way to
that's
the most
easy.
recent. All right. Oh, great! I love
Chris Evans with the beard.
it.
Doesn't matter the movie.
So as long as Captain America has facial hair, you're in.
Mm.
America's ass, you're mine. What was that? Was that Endgame?
Well, it was Winter Soldier. Wasn't that the first? No.
No, that's
Um,
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah. Shoot. It was after their.
So that's when they all came back. So that must have
Mhm.
been Endgame, I do believe. I forget because I'm really bad with names.
I don't think it's Endgame. It might have been Infinity War.
No, so this is when Thanos had already
Yeah.
snapped, and then they brought him back.
Oh, that's right. And so, yeah, I'm remembering now. And he's doing that support group for people who have
the
had
veteran.
a bunch of loss. Yeah.
So then it was Captain America, and then the very first Iron Man.
Okay.
So growing up, first love of my life, Mr. Robert Downey Jr. Weird science of all things. That something about him and the lips and just the soda drinking at the mall scene.
Yeah.
This is my first love. Robert, if you're out there.
So top 3 for you.
Top 3. I can think of 2. Okay. Logan.
Ooh, that's a good one, but not top 3 for me.
Deadpool.
Love.
And I don't know. That's tough.
Anything from the Avengers series? Like
I think the I don't know if I want to go with the first or the second Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
Those are okay.
Versus.
So, like, if you were like top 5, I could. But yes, I forgot.
Okay, so Black Panther is number 2 for me. The first one is my second favorite. My and I'm gonna be cliche, and y'all can hang me for it, whatever. But I'm sorry, I thought Endgame was a blast, and I thought it was very poignantly done. I thought the ending was beautiful. I it was just I liked it, and I know that it's popular to not like it, and it's fine. But just as far as character development, as far as just the overall plot lines and story and the epic battle and all that, like I just thought it was a blast. And I don't know, and then I will go. This one is. I didn't watch this movie in theaters. I had to see. I think I also watched it on a plane, and then watched it again at my house on a bigger screen because first Doctor Strange movie. I didn't think it was great. I liked it because it was different. It didn't feel like anything else in the Marvel in that Avengers scene. It just felt so different, and it got my attention. And I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was particularly great at that character. I never actually like the movie itself. I was like, okay, there's hits and misses here, but I appreciated that it just was a departure from so much of the other character arcs we were seeing.
Yeah,
and Benedict Cumberbatch is just a master at his craft, and I just will watch anything he does because I think he's a genius.
I actually caught a preview, so I didn't have to watch the full movie, and I don't think I could survive a full movie of that in IMAX.
Oh,
with all the shifting colors. We had to step out because it's too, like, I get motion sickness from playing Spyro, the dragon flying game. And so we couldn't really last through the preview. I had to shut my eyes multiple times because it was just overstimulating with the movement and the colors and the transitions to the different phasing. But like watching it at home, it was a lot easier to take in. But watching on IMAX, if you enjoy that kind of stuff, there's a replay of doing it when they bring back the Marvel universe in the new Doomsday stuff, and they bring back old stuff in IMAX. I would recommend it if that's your thing.
Yeah.
Because it was too intense for me, but it might not be intense for you.
Yeah.
The one thing, I mean, I don't like when Marvel, well, and I guess DC too, when they just remake the kind of the same thing, the multiple Batmans, the multiple Spider-Mans. Of course, I end up liking them, but it's still like sometimes I'm like, just like we've got 3, just let it go.
Rank your Spider-Mans.
I can't.
Really?
Andrew Garfield, then Tom Holland, and that's it.
But you mentioned Toby. You're not even going to put him on your list?
Nope. So nope.
How about you? What's your
I'll flip hers. For me it's Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and then Tobey Maguire in this era of Spider-Man. But like those are I appreciate the Tobey Maguire ones because he was sort of OG. And then I don't know, Tom Holland, he, like I said earlier, he just has that boyish quality that really sells Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And I love that about him. But also, I thought Andrew Garfield was great.
I thought he
was witty
Yeah.
and funny, and he just gave it a different spin. And I'm also the kind of guy who who will feel bias about a character in a movie if I really like the actor, and I really like Andrew Garfield. Like he is a wholesome human being. Like you watch any of the interviews he does or things like that, he has this whole. This is worth pulling up on YouTube. He has this whole thing that he talked about quite a bit. I think it was after his mom passed away a couple of years ago, and he just talks about grief so beautifully, and he has so much to say about that whole experience. It's really just awesome.
I think it was on. Was it Colbert? He was doing an interview. I think it was Colbert. He does an interview, and it's really. Yeah, he's talking about grief. What about you?
I would say same with him would be Tom Holland, and because my opinion, he totally embodies. I think at points his voice did like perk up in that awkward like squeak moments. Andrew Garfield and Toby. I'm sorry, Toby. I don't know, for some reason it's just weird.
It wasn't. I don't think I disliked it when it came out, but I think we just had better Spider-Mans after that, and then it was like by comparison, I'm like meh. I will say the reason why Logan is number one for me, not just because it's an amazing movie.
It is
amazing, but
that actress,
the
X,
day
was
that
it X-13 was that her character's name?
I think so. That movie, the day it came out was March 3rd. That was the day my son was due, and I was really hoping he would come out on his due date. He did not. But we could not decide a name for him until the very last second. And we're laying in bed and a preview or whatever commercial for Logan comes out on the due date. And I just looked at Josh and I was like, what about Logan? He's like, okay. So even though he was born a couple days later, my son is named after Wolverine. Which is perfect because X-Men is my favorite universe in Marvel.
Okay, well, who's your favorite X person?
I don't know. That's hard.
My favorite one's not in the movies.
Okay.
Gambit.
Josh is
hang
waiting.
on. Deadpool.
Yes, agreed. Okay. But I'm just talking about sort of the original.
I think that's
films.
Josh's favorite too, because he talks about Gambit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't done a.
I'm surprised too because I think it's low hanging fruit.
I'm sure it's coming.
I think it's all the graphics with the cards and stuff like that flinging around. It might be a little challenging, but they did a little experiment.
They could do.
That's why
animated.
Gambit's in animated. He's in the animated series, so
yeah. I mean, they did Miles Morales animated.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. That's what they should do is do like a whole animated thing.
So Marvel, if you would like, he is a AV guy, so
right. I definitely can do everything Marvel does.
And if you would like to sponsor us,
right? Yeah, this episode brought to you by hopefully somebody.
Yes,
one day.
Okay, so we have covered wonderful ground. We have established all of our obvious preferences, and we're right about all of them. So if you disagree with anything that we said, you're wrong.
Yep.
And we are so thrilled that you joined us. Thank you so much, Anne, for hanging out. We're going to have you back and talk about more nerdy stuff because this has been delightful. But we are going to call it for this one because
kids are hungry.
Yeah, well, and it's just a...
we could go on forever.
We
That's
really
the problem.
could. That's what I was trying to say.
We'll be here till midnight.
Yeah, I wasn't doing a good job
at words.
To
do. My bad.
But anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Please find us on Substack. We would love it if you subscribe to us there. That's also where all of our premium content lives. You can.
There's good stuff out there.
It's
right
really
now.
good. And actually, I think there's some more good stuff coming. And if you want to watch me slide down Pamela and Josh's front yard, that's the place to see it. And
we have it from multiple angles.
You really do.
We got it from the driveway and from the doorbell.
Right. Do you want to put music to it? Or something?
Well, I'll let
Benny
you
Hill.
do that.
Yeah. So anyway, we've got cool stuff worth watching. So all of our social media channels, Instagram, TikTok, our YouTube page, please find all of that, like it all, subscribe, do all the things. You know how this works because you are alive in 2026 with us. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us, and we will be back in your ear holes very, very soon.
Bye. Well, that's it for Premeditated Opinions, where the thoughts were fully baked and only mildly regrettable. If you enjoyed today's episode, congrats on having truly excellent taste in podcasts and opinions. Following us on YouTube and Instagram is a quick and easy way to support us. So if you liked literally anything about today's episode, please like and subscribe.
Also, send this to someone who needs to feel seen, dragged, or both. We'll be back next week with more unsolicited insight and emotionally responsible spiraling. And until then, please stay hydrated and behave yourself in the comments. But if you don't, at least make us laugh.